superstars, a little impromptu live. I hope you guys are all doing well and hanging in there. Coronavirus news as usual. I wonder if you actually dread seeing me now, because I always feel like I get on here to talk about breaking news. I'm gonna have to do more personal stories, right? And share a little bit more about the fun parts of my life, like how I'm about to go get beaten up playing tennis, pretending like I like to play tennis with my daughter who's really good at it. So that should be humorous. But anyhow, I jumped on here to say hello to everybody and to bring you news, my favorite thing to do. The FDA has recalled 75 brands of hand sanitizer here in the United States. I don't know, many of you are from around the world, but here's what's happening. We've been talking about hand hygiene, right? Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. So everyone's been using a lot of hand sanitizer, and there are a ton of hand sanitizer brands out there now. But what's happening instead is that some hand sanitizer has, instead of ethanol, which is rubbing alcohol and what really helps to kill germs, actually has methanol. And methanol can cause poisoning and toxicity, and we're seeing a lot more of that across the country. So I wanted you guys to have the brands that were important, and hoping you're aware of them so that when you're out there shopping, you know kind of what to look for. And I see some questions. I promise I'm going to get to your questions in just a moment. If any of you have some questions, feel free to post them. I'm happy to answer them. But here are some of the brands that the FDA is trying to prevent from entering the U.S. Those include Bloomin' Products, Claire and Danver Instant Hand Sanitizer is labeled with Greenbrier International, Modessa Instant Hand Sanitizer, Hello Kitty by Sanrio Hand Sanitizer, and Assured Aloe. And for the complete list, you can go to fda.gov, and they have an entire list of everything that is not approved. So you guys might want to take a look at that. Recall of hand sanitizers here in the United States, contaminated with methanol, which instead of ethanol, which can actually cause toxicity, burning eyes, and then actually can cause blindness and even hospitalization or death if ingested. So we've got to be careful with those. Again, your best bet for hand hygiene is to wash your hands with soap and water. So remember, that's your best bet. And we say it's about 3 minutes, right? So wash, wash, wash. Or if you're going to use a hand sanitizer, 60% rubbing alcohol or ethanol, not methanol, not wood alcohol, with something that's moisturizing like an aloe, like a vitamin E, and then sometimes you can add some essential oils to that as well to have the proper scent. So hand sanitizer recall. Other COVID news includes Dr. Deborah Birx on the White House task force announcing that 12 cities are in danger of potential lockdowns again. So if you're in those cities, please be aware. The entire list I'll publish below, but it's Miami, New Orleans, Chicago. Who else is on there? I think some of the California cities are on there again. But back to answering some of your questions. What do we do about this? Well, we have to wash our hands, have to wear those masks, and we have to continue to protect our immune systems. I've been advocating for schools going back into session because I'm so worried about our kids and their mental health, and I think that too has turned into something political and fearful across the board with teachers suing certain governments. It's a mess, right? So we don't want anyone to be scared or afraid, and my answer continues to be, please protect your health, please watch your immune system. We've seen a lot of COVID. A lot of the cases of COVID continue to be mild and self-limiting. They are not all a sentence for getting into the hospital or having respiratory distress. It's all about your immune system. It's all about inflammation, and it's all about how you take care of yourself. All right, here we go. We've got a question. We'd love to know how much vitamin C and zinc you suggest, brands you suggest. Oh, thank you for saying I'm awesome. I appreciate you guys so much. I really, truly want each of you to thrive, and I want us to all lift out of this, I don't know what this is, like a cloud or storm of negativity is probably the best way to describe it. So doses, let's talk doses, then let's talk brands. For children, a lot of you are asking me about the little ones. For kids under 5, 250 milligrams of vitamin C daily. They can do astragalus, but they can do half a dropper. Astragalus is my favorite Chinese herb. I've been talking about it through this whole thing. It continues to be something that really helps with T-cell mediated immunity. Moving on from that, Let's go to the kids older than 5, maybe 5 to 10 or 12. They can take 500 to 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C every day, and they can take it up to 2 to 3 times a day, as can your little ones if they're showing signs of being sick. And how do you know your kids are sick? Well, there's all these subtle clues, and as moms, most of us know it's the change in energy, it's the change in skin color, it's the circles under the eyes, right? Or you start to get a really thick coated tongue. That's how you can tell they're getting in trouble before they actually get into trouble. So keep your eye on that as well. And then once your kids are kind of adult weight, like 90 pounds and above, even 80 pounds and above, then they go up on their dosing. They can do 2 grams of vitamin C every day, 15 milligrams of zinc every day, and then they can also do astragalus in a full dropper or a full dose, which is about 1 gram a day. And all of that you can double or triple if they're not looking right, not feeling well, or if it's you and you're not looking well or not feeling right, you can increase that. Now, when it comes to brands, let me talk you through all of this. We have great brands in the practice at Center Spring MD. Gaia is a reputable brand. It's been around for a really long time, and so I use their astragalus for forever, and like their products. And we have them on the Center Spring MD shop as well, centerspringmd.com. But I combine astragalus, zinc, and C into the Defender, which you can find in my line. It's the eastwestway.com. Totally born out of this whole issue when I was trying to think through naively how we can solve this thing very quickly. Even had this very idealistic idea and called the State Department too of like, hey, if I make this and donate this much to it and we do a test trial, can we shut this thing down and solve this whole pandemic? And of course that was me out of fear and desperation and really anxious to see everybody get better. But anyhow, out of that came the Defender. It's here. The Defender Plus is right behind it, which has the geranium in it as well that really thins down respiratory secretions. So we've got a 1-2 punch for fighting different viruses and most importantly for supporting your immune system. So that you can find on the eastwestway.com. And then Virusid is another product, and that is from Orthomolecular. It's been super reliable in our practice. It's something we love a lot. You can find that as well on centerspringmd.com. And I love that. Now, vitamin C is available everywhere individually. Zinc is available everywhere individually, and astragalus is available everywhere individually. So again, read your labels, look for your dosing, make sure the product says what it is on there. That's one way for you to filter and make sure you know what you're getting, and you should be in pretty good shape. But those are things that I've been recommending to my patients when it comes to supporting their immune system. I know we're all going to get through this. I know we're going to be better. I know we're going to be healthy. And I know that if we can create community and stay in a positive mindset and we can send that vibrational energy out there, then this thing will go away. The negativity, the fear, the gloom and doom, the storytelling that half story tells, that's really what's taking us down. So if we can get out of that, then we'll see our way forward. And thinking through that 10-day challenge, how many of you guys signed up? We're doing a 10-day weight loss challenge starting August 3rd, and I want you guys to join. And it's not just about weight loss, it's really called a jumpstart. And I'm talking about jumpstarting everything from unhealthy habits to negative thoughts to a bad mindset to just bad habits, right? Maybe you got back into sugar or alcohol or whatever it is. But join me. That starts August 3rd. Here's how it's going to work, and we'll have more details coming forward in the days ahead. But here's what's going to happen. I'll put the link up. You will click on the link, you will opt in, and you'll be joined to the Taz tribe immediately. And at the same time, you will get all the great downloadables that you need to do the 10-day challenge. And this is food journals, value statements, motivational empowerment tools, along with books of recipes to help us get through it all together. And I'll be on here constantly talking us through it, but we are going to do this because we're not going down without a fight. We're going to come out of this healthier, smarter, and more aware of what it means to take care of ourselves and our loved ones. That's my hope, is that this pandemic is trying to teach us that message, that the mirror of health and what it means to be healthy has now been held up. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to accept the challenge, or are we going to pretend like we have no control, which is simply not true? So that's all I've got. If you guys don't have any other questions for me, let's see, I've got a couple questions about T cells. I love that you know what T cells are. It's so exciting. It means that some of my messaging is getting out there. But is it true that T cells can't detect the COVID-19 because COVID is covered by proteins? We don't know that for sure. we are having some concerns that T-cell mediated immunity with COVID-19, we are not mounting a long-term antibody response. So that's why, again, we've got to watch our immune systems and our immune health. I think many people are out there saying, I'm going to wait for a vaccine, or I've already gotten it, I can't get it again. We're finding that none of that is a guarantee. So it's really more about what your immune system is going to do in the face of this particular virus. So that is critical. So please think about it that way rather than thinking about I'm waiting for a vaccine or I'm waiting for a drug or I'm waiting for all these different things. What you really need to be doing is grabbing the reins and taking charge of your own health. All right, first step to getting kids to eating more veggies. Wow. Welcome to my world. By the way, I did my children's well checks today. And they did come to our practice at Center Spring MD, and I got to be in the mom seat, and it was so enjoyable. They saw my nurse practitioner, Mary Margaret, and it was so great for me to not have to think about them and for them to hear information from somebody else. So just a reminder to everybody out there with children, this is a great time to do those well checks. So go ahead and get those done, get into your respective practices and really dive into the information around their health. And my children now, by the way, are 11 and 12. They're highly receptive to information. I was about to say highly intelligent, just like their mom, but no, I didn't go there. My husband would kill me for that because, of course, he would claim that one. But anyhow, they asked some really great questions. They asked questions like, how much water should I be getting in a given day? Both the kids are dehydrated. Both the kids, when they try to count, can't count that they've had 5 or 6 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. They both were told essentially to improve their digestive health because they both are having very sluggish digestive systems, and that in turn is impairing their health, their energy level. Rania had a really low energy level. It kind of made me sad. So she's functioning at half a tank when we look at her from a Chinese medicine perspective. Cubby actually had good energy, but again, emotionally holds a lot of things in. So again, I think these well checks are so important to helping our kids get in touch with who they are, especially as they're maturing and they want to take a proactive role in their own health. So getting them, that's a very long way to talk to you about how to get your kids to eat more veggies. Here's what we do. We have a rule. Every meal has to have 1 fruit or 1 veggie. They have to have at least 3 servings a day. And if they cannot, then they have to do a green smoothie every single day. So that's our rule of getting them to do that. Other hacks and tricks are to allow them to dip their favorite fruits and veggies in different dips. So experimenting with dips like hummus or pesto or ketchup even, whatever they want, but playing with different dips and allowing them the opportunity to do that is one way to get them to eat more fruits and vegetables as well. Protein smoothies where you can hide it in. When you're making things like lasagna or casseroles, dumping extra greens in there, dumping frozen spinach, frozen kale, all of those are hacks and tips to get your kids to eat more veggies. So I think that's so important. So hopefully that answers your questions and gives you a lot of great ideas. All right, let's see what else we've got in terms of questions. We talked about the T cells, we talked about veggies. If our doctors, epidemiologists, and virus experts had the backing of national leadership, we would be way ahead of this pandemic. Keep up the great work. Thank you. I agree. I feel like the lack of leadership is partly where we are. We should have isolated, contact traced, developed the right supportive systems to reopen, insisted on a mask mandate, prevented the protests, quite honestly, because I do think that's a role in everything that happened, although I so understand why those protests happened as well, and moved forward, with getting our country up and running. But again, all is not lost. We will get there. You guys spread the message of protecting and taking care of your own health. All right, any other questions? Low energy, yes, it can be about iron deficiency. It's not only about iron deficiency. Remember, low energy can also be about B vitamin deficiency, fatty acid deficiency, excess sugar load. These are all reasons for low energy. So it's so important to understand that. Here's a quick hack. How do you know if you have low energy? Well, stick your tongue out. I'm not going to stick mine out, but you can stick yours out. If you've got a deep crack down the middle of your tongue, that is a sign that you're low energy or low chi, and that's a sign that you may have nutritional deficiencies or you may not be eating the foods that you really need. So keep that in mind as well. All right, let's see. Iron deficiency has come up a couple of times. COVID-19 can't kill you with shower and ice bath methods. I don't know much about the shower and the ice bath. I'll have to be honest. I'm happy to research it and look into it, but I don't know that much about that particular research. If you want to DM it to me, I'd be happy to take a look at it. In fact, if you guys have any questions, you can text me. It's in the bio. You can DM me. Let me know what your questions are, and then when we go live throughout the week, then we can address those questions. All right, so I will leave you guys there to enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to go get killed in tennis right now by my super strong daughter. It's okay. I will survive, I hope. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. But remember, weight loss challenge begins. Jumpstart. The 10-day Jumpstart begins August 3rd. Sign up. Pay attention to all the different posts. We are going to beat this thing. We're going to change our attitudes, change our minds, and change our bodies so that we can stay healthy, stay well, and stay superpowered. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.